I have a million things to ask you and talk to you about, but does it, the beginning of the season, you guys weren't expected to do this. And I talked to a couple of guys, talked to you, and you're like, yeah, no, we expect to be good, but you guys have been playing on another level, like finding ways to win in different ways, whether it's a power play, stepping up the penalty kill, uh, winning games right down the stretch. I mean, you had that road trip, and you come into this game against Colorado. Do you ever look around and go like, how do we capture this and make sure it never leaves? Because you guys got a thing going right now.
Yeah.
Do you ever look around and just say, this is awesome, and how do we keep it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talk about it too, like just the vibe in the room right now. Obviously, it's when you know this, you've played for a long time. Whenever you win, it's always a lot of fun, and I think you can see it in the way we're playing. I think we're having a lot of fun. We're playing as a team. We're winning games, and like you said, we're winning games in different ways. And yeah, I mean, you definitely want to hold on to that. I mean, it's such a long year. You go through ups and downs, and recently, obviously, with the results we had, everything has kind of been going up. But yeah, we definitely. I mean, like I said, the vibe is really good right now. We're having fun. I think we're sticking up for each other. We're playing for each other, and I think you can see that.
You got the dogs there? Is that you're at home?
Yeah,
You got the
sorry.
dogs? How the dogs
The
doing?
German Shepherd barks all day.
Are they good? Are they good with Luca?
Yeah, they are. They're pretty good. He's crawling on them now and stuff. So, but they've been good.
Yeah, how has fatherhood been as you balance your playing life and your home life with Luca?
It's been good. Obviously we've been on the road a lot, and obviously you miss your family when you go on the road, and especially right now he's in an age where so many things are happening. It seems like every time we leave for a week, you come home, it's like there's 10 different things that he's doing compared to the week before. So but yeah, it's been really good. It's been really fun. He's getting into the age where he gets his own personality and he's really interacting with you. So it's been a lot of fun.
You mentioned, Roman, the vibe with you guys, and you're having fun, and it reminds me of several years ago when you all made the run that you did. But I always would talk about that team and say they didn't play for themselves. You didn't play for you. You played for the guy sitting next to you. And I'm seeing that night in and night out where, if you get messed with, you see Jano run somebody over like a truck or
Yeah.
what have you. And I think that's a cool vibe to see. And that seems to me is what John has been trying to instill in you guys since he took over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been awesome. I think I mean that's definitely one part. I mean, Boro, like Janot, Trenny, McCarron, all those guys, like they're like the way they step up for us as teammates is unbelievable. And I think it gives the whole team a lot of confidence, gives the whole team that mentality of sticking up for each other and playing together. And I think you see it even in goals when a guy scores, everybody's so happy on the bench for guys scoring, and everybody wants everyone to do well. And I think you can see it. I mean, that's why we're playing so well as a team. But yeah, I mean, some of the guys, like I said, Boro, like those guys, Giner, Drennan, all those guys, like they're always sticking up for us, and it's been unbelievable to have those guys on our team.
So when I always laugh at this story, but when I came back after I retired, I came back, walked down the locker room and said hi to you, and I asked you how things were going. How are you feeling? And right away you jumped into, like, you were reading a book about leadership, and you were talking about how you can make the team better. And I was asking about you, but you just started going off about the team. Now it's been, a few years since then, and now, you've taken over this team. Obviously, the captain and the guy that gets everything going. You take a lot of pride in that. Are you still doing that? Are you still like trying to learn how to become a better leader? And obviously, it's working out. You got to be proud of the way the team is playing and has come together.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I think you can always get better as a leader, and I think I'm still learning every day. And obviously when I first became captain, everything was all new, and like you said, I was reading books about it, how to be a good leader, and now there are a couple of years past. I think you go through different things. You learn how to deal with different situations, and but yeah, I mean the one thing I feel like that I've had to learn is just to be myself. I mean, I think that's always what guys respect the most, if you just be yourself, and yeah, I think guys respect that, and we have such a good leadership group in our locker room. I mean, like Oz, Granny, Eki, who are the two assistants, but Phil, Joy, Dutch, guys who've been here for a long time. I mean, those guys have done an amazing job, and we have so many young guys coming in and playing so well, and I think it's just the chemistry is just really good. I mean, even off the ice, we do a lot of stuff together, and it really feels like we're all like we're a team. Even off the ice, we all hang out, we all go to dinners together. So I think the whole leadership group has done a really good job.
You had the advantage of when you came into the league, like you played with somebody like Hal, who had been around the block, been a veteran. Shea, obviously. So what did you take away from those guys that you've kind of used as you've grown in your career?
Don't tell them what you took away with me. Don't say it. Don't say it on air.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. Me and Hal used to hang out all the time. We go to a hotel and do puzzles. Remember that?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, Hal was one of those guys, like, he's definitely one of those guys you look up to. I mean, when he came here, he was in the league for such a long time, and I was a young kid, but he was one of those guys who never made you feel like a young kid. You know what I mean? Like he was. You obviously had so much respect for him. You looked up to him, but he comes in the locker room and he's like your best friend from day one. And I think that's something. I think that's really important. I think the younger guys, they got to feel comfortable. They got to feel like they're a huge part of the team, like they have a huge role. And Hal was one of those guys who always did that. He did it to me when I was a young player, and I'm sure he did it to other guys too. And I think for a young kid, that just gives you a lot of confidence, and makes you feel a lot more comfortable.
When you talk about the young guys, I feel like you guys have a perfect mix right now, where the veterans and the guys you expect to put up numbers are playing well and doing their thing, but you have these young guys coming in. You talked about Jeannot, but defensively, like Carrier's coming in and Fabro, these guys mean a lot to the team, and you guys have really pulled them up, and they're a big part of the success.
Yeah, they do, for sure. I mean, I think you saw with Carrier last year when he came up, how well he played, and he's doing the same thing this year. I mean, he's a great player. He's got unbelievable hockey sense. Such a smart player. And Fabs, I'm playing with Fabs this year, and I love playing with him because he's such a smart player out there, and he's so poised with the puck, and I feel like I think we play really well together. He makes really good plays, and like I said, I love playing with him. Those two guys have been a huge part of our success this year.
He is the captain, Roman Josi, joining us here on Smashville Live. We'll come back with more and ask him about that guy in between the pipes that has been playing so well this year so far. It's all brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka, Red Spirits and Wine, and Spring Hill Heating and Cooling here on ESPN 102.5 The Game.
Every day at Cromwell Media, we want to help make a difference. And over the holiday season, you made a difference with your contributions to Souls for Music City. Thank you for helping hundreds of kids in the Nashville area who experience homelessness get a new pair of shoes to start off 2022. We'd also like to thank Newton Motor Group and Souls for Souls from all of us at Cromwell Media and Nashville's Best Sports Talk, ESPN 102.5 The Game and ESPN 94.9.
Winter's a bad time for your furnace to go out, but it's never a bad time to call Lee Company. Our heating and air conditioning pros are available 24/7. No heat? Don't wait. Call Lee Company now at 615-567-1000. Our expert technicians will diagnose the issue and fix it right the first time. When you're cold, you need someone you can count on to bring the heat. Call Lee Company now at 615-567-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
It's the official Bud Light Preds watch party as the Nashville Predators take on the Boston Bruins this Saturday. Puck drops at noon, but the party starts at 11:30 with all kinds of specials. See you at headquarters, Beercade, downtown Nashville on 2nd Avenue. Go Preds!
Mark Howard here to tell you about my friends at Apple Collision Centers. We all know being in a collision is not fun. Neither is all the stress that comes with it, and that's where Apple Collision comes in. Let them take care of everything for you. That's insurance, repair, and your rental details. They've got 3 convenient locations in Old Hickory, Hendersonville, and Gallatin. Their managers, Tommy Rippey, Daniel Neville, and Chris Brooks and Marty Denson, combined for over 75 years experience. So stop in today and tell them Mark sent you. Online at applecollisioncenters.com.
Professional quilt maker Dana Balliard once said, "There are no rules in quilting, and if you think that there are, then it's time you try breaking a few." Now, I like that type of creative entrepreneurial spirit, and that's why I do my adult beverage trading at Red Spirits and Wine. It's not just a great selection of distilled spirits, single-barrel Red Select whiskeys, great wines from around the world, and awesome craft beers, but it's more the way the folks at Red just go about their business. At Red, they keep it interesting and fun. And the Crackerjack crew makes you feel welcome after a hard day on the trail, never coming off like some of them snooty-nosed, big-talking whoop-de-doos. At Red, it's always square dealing with the best in service, selection, and prices. Plus, Red is locally owned by real folks, not some totally faceless corporation. There's no doubt in my mind, Red is my kind of place. Red Spirits and Wine, Highway 70 South and Old Hickory Boulevard. And check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and at redspirits.com.
Hey, it's Chase McCabe of Darren, Donick, and Chase. I started my radio career as an intern right here at ESPN 1025 The Game. Now we're looking for our next great batch of interns. You think that's you? Send your resume to together@cromwellmedia.com to apply today.
ESPN's Turon Davenport breaks down the Titans like no other.
On the field chemistry, I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's just going to be a process.
Catch TD Mondays at 11, Thursdays at 3, and Fridays at 8. Plus, the Talking with TD podcast drops every Wednesday.
When you draft players, it's not just for one season, it's for a career.
Presented by FreedomTireGuys.com, Nashville's premier mobile tire company, and Craneworks and Rental Works, your source for crane and equipment rental. Visit Craneworks.com. Nashville's best sports talk.
ESPN
1025 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
This is Smashville Live.
Live, presented by New Amsterdam Vodka, Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, and Red Spirits and Wine in Bellevue. Chase McCabe, Hal Gill, with Predators captain Roman Josi. Mikhail Granlund coming up at the bottom of the hour. But, Yos, we're talking, obviously, about some of the young guys that you've been playing with defensively. But to see Juuse Saros and the season he's having to this point, you guys knew what you had in him. And this organization has been very blessed with goaltending. Obviously, a guy that's going to have his number retired about a month or so from now in Pecorine, and now Juuse Saros and several before them. But to see the confidence that he has right now in between the pipes, what does that do for the rest of the team?
Yeah, it does a lot. I mean, playing in front of him, like, I think every game you play, like, there's, like, he's so consistent. It's pretty unbelievable how well he's played this year. I don't think he's had a bad game yet, and he's played over 30 games, and it's pretty unbelievable how many games he has won for us. Even just last week on the road trip, we got outshot in all 3 games, I think, and he was unbelievable. Like, I think he's the best goalie in the world right now, and yeah, he's been our best player, and yeah, for us as a team, it just gives you so much confidence to play in front of him, because you know he's going to do his job, and all you have to do is worry about yourself. And yeah, he's been, like I said, he's been unbelievable, and I think he's the best goalie in the world.
Yo, so when you have a guy on a heater like Juice is, I always felt like I could give him any shot and he's going to handle it. I just got to take away the back door. Do you feel like that? Is that the confidence that you're talking about? Like, go ahead, shoot from anywhere on the ice. As long as it's not a backdoor play, he's going to stop it.
Yeah, 100%. As long as it's not like a tip or like backdoor play, like you said, he's going to stop the puck. I mean, Yeah, especially as a defenseman, I think a lot of times you obviously try to take away lanes or try to block the shot, and I think it gives you that maybe that bit of a confidence that you don't have to be as aggressive sometimes on guys who are very skilled and go around you. And yeah, you just know he's going to be back there saving the puck. And I think it's just the whole team. It gives you, and it's not just him making those saves. It's just, I think, the whole thing of knowing that we can win every game with him in the net. Even sometimes if we're not at our best, we still have a really good chance to win because he's in our goals. So that definitely helps.
Do you ever see him get mad? Like I feel like Pekka got mad maybe twice in his career, and UC seems the same way, just very cool and calm and collected.
They are the same way. And yeah, Pex didn't get mad much. But when he got mad, we were all like, oh boy.
Watch out.
We gotta go now. Let's go. Let's pick it up here.
Like seriously, I heard him yell one time. Like I was walking through the hallway, I guess doing a second intermission, and I heard somebody yell, and I was like, was that Pekka?
Yeah.
Like it was one time. They just didn't.
Yeah, they're both very calm. Pex never got mad, and Juice is very calm too. He's very even keeled. Even when he plays really well, he finished the game. He does the same thing. He's very, very mature and very professional. I mean, he and they both work extremely hard in practice. I think that's the one thing what makes both of them so great. I mean, every practice they treat it like it's a game. This skills you played with Pex in practice. He goes after every puck. It's like game 7 of the playoffs, and choose the same way. And I think that's what makes him so great.
So Yost, I got, I'm a little biased, but I got for the Vezina. I got Tanner Jeannot, the rookie, the Calder, and I got you for the Norris. So first of all, I ask you, like, do you think about that at all? Does it ever cross your mind, like, hey, I'm one of the best defensemen right now in the game? And then also, I want to ask you, like, you're playing against Cale Makar last night. Do you look at him and say, okay, what is he doing, and kind of track how he plays? Do you even, or do you just go about your business?
No, I definitely watch him. I mean, he's fun to watch. Like he's unbelievable, and I think that's something I always love doing, like watching other defensemen and trying to learn from them. I think there's so many great defensemen that can pick up things and just watch him play and just try kind of to learn from them. And Makar, obviously he's unbelievable. I think he's an unbelievable defenseman. Obviously the goal he scored yesterday too, that's a great goal. And I think during the game you definitely focus on your game, but I think you see what other players do and you try to watch them. And I think I've always done that with other defensemen too. And there's so many, I think, especially this year, there's so many great defensemen who are having unbelievable years, and obviously it's a lot of fun competing against those guys.
So do you put it as motivation? Is it something that's in your head, like, I want to be the best?
Definitely, yeah. I think every year, I think it's important for players to have personal goals, and I definitely have personal goals, and I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't want to win another Norris. I think that's definitely a big goal of mine. And playing guys like Makar last night and other great defensemen is definitely always a great challenge.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is at the end of your career say, I only won one Norris. Like that's I would you imagine what
Exactly.
How cool is it though that we've seen, obviously you've won it before, you've been up for it. Pekka was in the Vezina conversation, he won the Vezina, but now like there's a legitimate chance that you're up for the Norris, UC's up for Vezina, the Calder, like with Jeannot, and then Coach Hines with the Jack Adams, the coach of the year. I mean, there's a legitimate chance that 4 awards could potentially come the Predators' way, and I mean that's gotta be cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome, obviously. And I think I think every time you players have great years, the team plays better, and I think it shows this year how we're playing as a team. And like you said, I mean, Chus obviously he should win the Vezina this year. Tanner Chano, I don't think there's another rookie that does what he does. I mean, he does everything. He scores goals, he kills penalties, he hits, he fights. I mean, he's such a complete player, and I think it's great. I think it's great for our team. It's great for the organization. The more players that have great years, the better the team plays, and I think it shows this year.
Okay, so you're on the bench, so you obviously can hear the chirping that goes on. How is he in that department? Because we've seen him do everything else, and I saw him jawing at the Arizona bench the other night. Like, how is he in the chirping department?
He's good. I mean, he's so strong and big. Like, I feel like he can say anything because he backs it up. If I said something, they'd be like, okay. But whatever he says, he backs it up, so he can say whatever.
Kind of going back to what we talked about earlier, guys like Burrow and Janot and you know, the bigger guys that can bring some physicality, does that take pressure off you, even though you're the captain? You got to do your thing sometime, but to know that you kind of have those bodyguards that can help take care of some of that business and let you focus on other things. So how big is that then?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I think as a player, you really appreciate it because it's not easy. I mean, fighting in the NHL is tough, and those guys are really tough. And if a guy steps up for you or for your teammate, that's I think that's something you really appreciate, and you never take that for granted. And I think that's been one of the things for our team this year. Everybody's sticking up for each other, and obviously you have certain guys that fight, and I think. But in general, it's been everyone on our team. Everybody's playing physical. Everybody is hitting. Everybody's getting on the forecheck, and I think that's what makes us so strong. But yeah, I mean, those guys sticking up for you is definitely something you really appreciate, and you definitely never take it for granted.
Well, Yos, it's good to catch up with you. Good to see you. Thanks so much for doing this, and best of luck against Buffalo tomorrow and the rest of the way.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Keep it rolling, Yos. Thanks for coming up, bud.
We will. See you guys.
See ya. Roman Josi, the captain of the Nashville Predators, joining us here on Smashville Live. We'll come back with Mikhail Grandlin. A loaded show tonight presented by New Amsterdam Vodka, Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, and Red Spirits and Wine on ESPN 105 The Game.
Jared Stillman.
I cannot believe they picked this guy I've never heard of.
And company.
You're forced to play cap gymnastics, which makes it a little bit more difficult for picking up other guys.
Tune in Stillman and Company for your drive home. Delivered by TriStar Moving. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Nashville's best sports talk.
ESPN
102.5 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Victory Award-winning New Amsterdam Vodka knows all about it, but in life, it's not always so clear. So New Amsterdam Vodka believes that in life, you've got to find your own wins. You've got to overcome your fears, go all in, even when you've got nothing at all. Find your wins. And when you do, raise that glass of New Amsterdam Vodka in victory. You've earned it. New Amsterdam Spirits Company, Modesto, California.
Spring Hill Heating and Cooling is here to serve you. Is your AC or